whispers of Hollowfield Asylum. In the forgotten outskirts of a bustling city lay the ruins of Hollowfield Asylum, a once prominent institution that had fallen into disrepair and legend. Overgrown with ivy and surrounded by a high, foreboding fence, the asylum was a place of dark tales and whispered rumors, avoided by locals and a source of fascination for thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. Among those drawn to its mystery was Alex, a young and ambitious documentary filmmaker. Fascinated by the asylum's history and the eerie stories surrounding it, Alex decided to create a documentary exploring its decaying halls and unraveling the truths behind its grim reputation. Gathering a small crew, Alex set out for Hollowfield on a cold, foggy morning. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness as they breached the perimeter fence, their cameras and lights piercing the gloom. As they entered the main building, a sense of overwhelming dread washed over them. The walls, peeling with layers of old paint, seemed to close in. Graffiti, relics of past trespassers, covered the walls with cryptic messages and warnings. The crew began their exploration, documenting each room with a respectful, if not somewhat apprehensive, demeanor. Hollowfield's history was palpable. Rooms still bore the marks of their previous use: rusted bed frames, broken down medical equipment, and, in some areas, unsettling restraints. As the day waned, a strange phenomenon began to manifest. The crew started hearing whispers, faint at first, but growing progressively louder and more coherent. The voices were indistinct, a cacophony of murmurs that seemed to emanate from the very walls. Initially skeptical, Alex tried to rationalize the sounds as echoes of their own movements or wind coursing through the broken windows. But as they delved deeper into the asylum, the whispers grew more insistent, taking on a pleading tone. The crew, now visibly unnerved, insisted on leaving, but Alex, driven by a mix of curiosity and ambition, urged them to continue. They descended into the lower levels, where the air grew colder, and the whispers turned into desperate cries. In the bowels of Hollowfield, they found the solitary confinement cells, small, dark chambers with heavy doors. It was here that the whispers crescendoed into an unbearable chorus of anguish. The air was thick with the presence of unseen torment, and the crew felt an inexplicable weight upon their chests. Suddenly, the lights flickered and went out, plunging them into darkness. Panic set in as the cries became deafening, a symphony of despair that seemed to claw at their very minds. They scrambled in the dark, desperately seeking the way out, their cameras now forgotten. Alex stumbled upon a cell with its door ajar. In the pitch black, he sensed rather than saw a figure huddled in the corner. A wave of terror unlike any he had felt before washed over him as the figure slowly turned towards him, its features obscured in the darkness. Overcome by fear, Alex ran, following the distant light of his crew's flashlights. They burst out of the asylum, gasping for the fresh night air, the oppressive atmosphere of Hollowfield dissipating as they left its walls behind. Back in the safety of the city, the crew vowed never to speak of what occurred, each grappling with the lingering effects of the experience in their own way. Alex, however, was left with a profound sense of guilt and a haunting question: had they disturbed the resting place of tormented souls, or had the asylum claimed a piece of their sanity? The documentary was never completed. The footage locked away, a silent testament to the horrors of Hollowfield Asylum. To this day, the asylum stands, its whispers echoing through its desolate halls, a monument to suffering and a warning to those who dare to uncover the secrets of the forgotten and the damned.